Hey there, welcome back to High Infidelity, the best channel for cheating stories. Like and subscribe to channel for more spicy stories. Now, let's get into today's story video.
Advice: Am I stupid? My wife might think I am. A brief overview: 13 years of dating. I've been married for 8 years. There are no children. My wife and I are both professionals who travel often for business. This time, both my wife and I are going at the same time. I'll be gone for 2 weeks and she'll be gone for 10 days. My wife is now in the Southwest, while I'm on the East Coast. We have a system in place where the one traveling will contact the other and tell them about their day, how the city is, and what the city's attractions are. On this trip, we did the same thing with each other. She has visited the city I am now in, but none of us has visited her city. So she phones every night and tells me about her employment, what she's doing, and whether she's having fun, going to tourist attractions, etc. She loves the city and wishes we may spend our vacations there in the future. So everything is normal. My coworker and I have an understanding that if one of us is away, the other will drive by and check on the home on a regular basis. When I phoned him to check in, he seemed perplexed. He claimed to have seen my wife eating supper with another guy in town. Maybe a coworker or something, but she's not supposed to be in our town. I said that she was supposed to be out of town, so I'm perplexed. I asked him to take an early morning drive past the home to check what was going on. So I contacted my wife at the scheduled nighttime hour, and she goes into this big holistic explanation of how the city is ideal for my allergies and our common outdoor activities. She was falling over herself with city superlatives, and I was sitting there wondering, what the are you talking about? I didn't tell anybody what my buddy told me since he said he wasn't sure it was her. Now, he knew her before I did, so I know he knows what she looks like. So I believe he was protecting me in his own way. So he said he spotted the guy's vehicle because he watched him get out of it. In the parking lot, go into the restaurant, and seat down next to, not across from, my wife. Who does that at a restaurant booth? My acquaintance went by my home multiple times over several days and saw that during the day, both automobiles are gone, but at night, they are both back. So I phoned her workplace to make sure she wasn't leaving early, and they informed me that she was on travel status until Monday. That's not good. My thoughts are racing and whirling as I try to figure out what she's up to. I'm still on trip till Thursday. So yesterday night, at the appointed hour, she phones me, all cheerful and lovey, saying she can't wait to see me. So she's still telling me she's in her vacation city. I act the fool and go on as if everything is okay. It almost killed me. I get angry whenever I think of her with someone else. Our marriage has been wonderful, I thought. Several date evenings each week. 3 to 4 times per week, and I support her interests and friends. I can't do anything where I am, so I'm looking for advice before I go home. Story 2. Wife cheated. We have a special needs toddler. Here's my plan. My wife, whom I've known for almost a decade, cheated on me last night. I'm still undecided about what I'll do, but here's what I'm considering. I'm not going to go into too much detail about what occurred, but here's some context. We've been together for a long time, and we're both in our 30s. We have a 2-year-old son who was just diagnosed with autism. I am the principal provider for our family. I purchased my own home before marrying, and she moved in and now earns approximately half of what I do, pays the minimal expenses, and so on. I share her financial condition not to criticize her, but because it is crucial to my future thinking process. Finally, the excuse she offered for cheating on me was that she realized monogamy was not for her, and she had certain cravings I couldn't satisfy or something. I asked her if she would stop and try to make this work, and she said she still loves me and doesn't want to split up the family, but she doesn't believe she can maintain that commitment. I would dump her and go on if we didn't have a child, but I don't believe either of us can adequately care for him on our own. So I'm now in the remain together for the sake of the child mindset. I told her I would consider being in an open relationship, in which we would continue work together to care for our kid, but she could see anybody she wanted. If she signs a prenuptial agreement in which she waives her right to seek 50% of family assets when we split in the future. I told her I wasn't going to work as hard as I do for a phony family, only to have her take half of it later. To her credit, she consented despite the fact that she did not want my money. Internally, I'm dissatisfied with her. I don't see us working things out. Therefore, it's a marriage of convenience to properly care for our child. I have no plans to start seeing other individuals right now. Perhaps this will change in the future. But my current intention is to remain together until I am certain that I can care for our child on my own, or until I find someone else. My personal analysis. I believe this is the best decision for our kid. However, it will be quite difficult for me to continue with this charade at first. But I feel I can overcome it. What are your thoughts on my plan? Does anybody have any experience with a prenuptial agreement in the middle of a marriage? If I simply create this privately and have her sign it, would it be enforceable in court? I don't want to get attorneys involved in this. Just a quick update to fix some of the issues that arose. I'm no autism specialist, but the doctor claimed our son's autism is not very severe. I'm not sure what that means, but I hope he can grow into a productive adult. For the time being, I feel the greatest opportunity for such is in a two-parent family, with early attention/intervention, etc. I honestly don't know how much more attention/money he will need in the future, given he was just recently diagnosed. For those who noted the poisonous atmosphere, we will, of course, strive to keep things peaceful. And if it ever becomes bad enough that it adversely impacts him, I will, of course, rethink. My parents are divorced, and I remember the battles, but he is still young enough that I don't believe he can tell unless we are physically fighting. We've never argued in his presence. I also don't view this as a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, even while I don't intend on seeing anybody right now. Maybe in a year or two, I am still hoping that our boy will become self-sufficient, and perhaps in a few years I will feel more secure traveling alone. For whatever reason, I've never contemplated obtaining a divorce and continuing to co-parent with my ex. Definitely something to think about. Story 3. Wife cheated. She is sad because she loved her affair partner. The nicest New Year's present a husband can get is his wife informing him that she misses her AP, with whom she spent the previous year. She gone home without me to spend time with her folks, and that's when EA turned in PA. It began in August/September 2020, when her buddy was having marital problems and confided in her. So his objective was to put our marriage in jeopardy as well, and I must say he was effective. Our marriage, like his, is in peril. She claims they have such a deep emotional connection that she has no idea when their relationship transitioned from friendship to EA. How about the moment you decided to play his therapist? I remember AP wife calling me on September 26 this year to tell me that our spouses were cheating on us, and that they were having weekly calls. There was one video where she was taking off her clothes in our room while I was sleeping in plain sight, and there was one video taken in a dressing room when we had gone shopping, and she was trying on clothes, apparently. The AP really likes these risky/voyeuristic videos, and my wife was more than happy to provide him with material. So, after watching some of the films, which damaged a number of her outfits, I approached her. You can imagine the rest. She denied at first, then I gave her the proof, and she confessed. I threatened to leave, but she begged me to remain, and after some deliberation, I decided to give our marriage one more chance before jumping ship. We have an 8-year-old daughter who is the apple of our eyes, so we decided to give it one more go in the hopes of saving our marriage. I only asked my wife for one thing: extreme honesty. I wanted the truth, no matter how horrific or painful it was. That strategy, NGL, bit me in the today. She seemed a bit down today, so I asked her why, and she kept our agreement by telling me the truth. She was missing her AP. It was yet another stab in the heart, but I begged for it. And now I've arrived. There must be some couples out there who have healed despite this, right?